So topic 13, FinTech and cryptocurrency. Such issues are included. The first one, what is financial technology at all? Something like introduction to this topic. Second, how does FinTech work? The third, different types of FinTech. Fourth is what is cryptocurrency, and five, blockchain. Topic is very wide and is of very recent and actual, and a lot of theoretical and some practical instructions and explanations to all these questions you can find everywhere, especially in YouTube. There are a lot of videos, and so I included also a lot of videos and other and articles, but mostly videos that I recommend you to watch according to the questions that are the most interesting for you. For example, here are video about what is Revolut, how does work it, and also Monobank, Bank. It's everything connected with FinTech. I mean, online applications. And also some information about cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency video? How does PayPal work? And PayPal in Ukraine, and all other interesting questions. If you have some connection to these issues, of course, maybe you know how to use it in practice, if you correlate with it, if you work with these instruments. If not, maybe it will be better for you to study deeply these topics later, when you will have some connection to these issues. But in any case, in our topic, we will cover at least some basic issues, maybe to some extent theoretical issues, and general basic understanding of this topic. So what is FinTech? How can we define this term? It's a term referring to software, mobile applications, and other technologies created to improve and automate traditional forms of finance for business and customers. So FinTech can include everything from straightforward mobile payment apps to complex blockchain networks housing encrypted transactions. So we spoke at it about during previous lessons, even today, that such applications, such social networks, and all these mobile applications will work as multiplicator. They even more increase the money mass in turnover. And of course, using FinTech, even, for example, application, monobank application, for example, even children can pay everywhere, and so they can increase their spending of money, because in any moment they can have money. For example, now my son go for a walk, and I even don't think about if he has any money with him or not, because he has monobank, and if he needs something, needs to pay, for example, to buy food in McDonald's or something like that, and or if he needs some payment for bus for travel, he can phone me and ask, please send me 50 hryvnias, and I will send him and he will pay. In previous world, when we had not such applications, the person could not pay if he or she has not money. But now, even he or she does not have money at any moment, he can pay because he can borrow from relatives or somebody else in any moment, even if they are far away from him. And on one hand, or on the other hand, sometimes it can use some credit limit if it's possible, if it has it. For example, I have 20,000 hryvnias in Monobank credit limit, and if even I don't have money, I can pay by this money, for example. And for other people, it's the same. So I lead to the idea that FinTech plays a big role in increasing additional money in turnover. And let us look at this picture, and maybe here it's better explanation than by words, the best FinTech apps and why to implement them. So here we see a blockchain. We will explain it later. Payment by cards, or by now by phone. No, we can't pay by phone. We pay by bank account. What is on our card, and the data of card are put in phone data, and then we can pay. Yes, it's obviously. And exchange, yes, exchange. It doesn't matter if you have euro in euro, for example, in euro countries, or zloty in Poland. You go to Poland and you can pay in any moment by your credit or debit card of Monobank or Bank or what you have, because money will be converted, exchanged into domestic currency in moment of payment. It's also a work of FinTech. Research, yes, we can find or pay attention that for today we had also case study about to choose a deposit program. We forgot about it, but I checked and found that most students coped with this task. But here, using FinTech, we can see all banks, all information of all banks in any moment. So you should not go to bank to know what is credit or debit program there. You can only open your laptop and found everything you want. Digital money. Of course, I dislike it very much. For me, it's very difficult, but it exists, and we should go як сказати, в ногу з часом. It's important, and it's important to understand this category. Online banking, everything is connected with online banking, but online banking, it's not only payment, it's not only exchange. Online banking is also open deposit accounts, to take loans, to send money to your friends, and so on. It's also online banking, and according to FinTech, we can do it. Investment, of course, we can do some investment using FinTech in any moment. In your application PrivatBank, there is a in Monobank there is a chapter investment, and so you can do some investment and so on. So crowdfunding. also is important. And so here we see that all these elements together construct FinTech. Maybe we forgot something, but I think that basically most elements are covered here. And also here on next slide, we can find another, but here was one definition. Here is also additional definition. You can read and find what is more better for you. And here on the next slide, we see the brief history of FinTech. And here the history described by words, and the next one is described by table. I think that in the form of such picture or table, it's maybe more clear for students. And here we see that the early beginning of FinTech began at 1990s and early 2000s. When electronic banking, online stock trading platforms appeared. I remember that I received my first plastic card in 2000, maybe 2000 or 2001. It was only 23 years ago, not so many, but this card worked very limited. I can withdraw money only in bank, as far as I remember, and ATM were not existed at that time, but in few years they appeared, and when I went to my first job place in 2024 or 2023, as far as I remember, I received my first salary in cash. But then in a few years, ATM appeared everywhere, and so it was a new form to withdraw money. So it was the early beginning of FinTech. And 2005, 2010, mobile payments. Then we see that in 2010, 2015, digital currencies, crowdfunding appeared. Then digital banking. And now we see all form of everything you can only imagine. Digital insurance, open banking, digital securities, online lending. So now we see most developed form. But I think that this timeline maybe is not full. Maybe we also should add here some elements of artificial intelligence. I don't know where to put it and how can it influence now, but I think that in future, in maybe in a few years, in a few next years, we see how it influences the sphere of banking activity and on money at all. Now we can't see its very big influence. It's only beginning of development of artificial intelligence, but I am afraid that it may have some impact. Okay, and so here we see that everything was step by step, but a very big jump was made during these 23 years. So how does FinTech work? Also, I think that it's better to explain it using the picture. And here we see such steps. First one, that customer places order on website, then merchant receives order, then payment gateway encrypts information, accountor routes payment to and from card network, and issuing bank confirms or denies payment back to merchant. And it is all the time such process. But I think that after my lecture, I recommend you to watch video where this work of FIntech is explained, I think, better. Also here we can see the main FIntech trends for 2022. So among them, digital banking continues to grow. The first one, digital banking. The second one is blockchain. And the third one is the thing that I spoke about is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we will live and we will see. And also here on we can from other source, because when I preparing my presentation, I use many sources, and here we see another approach when all these trends are divided into 10 chapters, and even more they are even more detailed. Let us look briefly at these chapters. Among them are robotic process automation, decentralized finance. We can observe all these elements now. New banks, RegTech solutions, embedded finance, low-code platforms, biometrics, open banking, green finance, and personalization. So maybe we don't have enough knowledge in all these spheres. I think that this topic can't be so deeply studied as previous, especially as commercial banks and others, because here is very wide topic, very wide, a lot of information. And I think that all students will find something that is interesting, especially for him, and then can to read additional information about this. For example, what is green finance? Green finance, maybe somebody who works in such sphere connected with green finance can deeper his or her knowledge in this sphere. And how safe is FIntech? So according to our excuse me, according to recent research, we can consider that mostly FIntech is safely, and people believe to use financial tools. But we should remember that there are some psychological aspects. For people, maybe not always so easy to put money in bank and have only some application in phone. Of course, you have some agreement with bank if you put money on a deposit account, but some scare about risk of disappear money or something like that may exist, and so we should understand that it's not so easy to make such big jump in only 20 years. But mostly, especially if it is connected with banks, I'm not sure about cryptocurrency. Frankly speaking, I'm not. I don't have a lot of knowledge in this sphere of cryptocurrency. But if we speak about fintech in banking sphere, we can consider it as mostly safely technology. And what is cryptocurrency? Also, we will watch video connected with this. I think that this topic is especially interesting for some students or some people who deals with this category of money. And frankly speaking, I read a lot of information about cryptocurrency, but I'm not sure that I can explain it better than it is explained in videos that I propose you to watch. And so we see that now is something like decline in the cryptocurrency sphere, and the most increase was earlier, and as for me, it's a strange form of money, but now we can't say surely how will be the trends, how will be the predictions for future development of this form of money. But I think that the best way to keep safe and to be sure that your money will not lose their value is diversification. Of course, I can't advise somebody to put all money in the form of cryptocurrency. As for me, it's very risky. Maybe it can be very profitable in any cases, but best solution, as for me, is to put some money into banks and other into more new form of saving money. But I know that some people buy cryptocurrency and even have some income from it. But you should be very lucky with such technology. Also in this topic, in this presentation, there are some advantages, a lot of advantages of cryptocurrency and disadvantages. I propose you to read this information at home after our presentation. And maybe it's everything that I would like to say today in this topic. And thank you for your attention.